What if Deku had the abilities of a Hollow? Now, most of this will be filler, or not most of it, just a good portion of it will be filler. Because, yeah, it's not a Bleach what if without filler. And every time I do a Bleach what if, there will always be filler in it, because Bleach is the god of filler. Or is that Naruto? Don't really know, one of the two of them. So, yeah. You can't have a Bleach or Naruto what if without filler in it. So we're always gonna have filler in Bleach and Naruto what ifs. So, yeah. Now, we would skip a day, or a day after Deku asked if Uraraka wanted to go somewhere with him tomorrow. Now, the reason why Deku asked this question was because he could feel the insecurity coming off her, and he wanted to be a good friend. Also, there was that, lingering feeling of, him needing this. But, yeah. Now, Deku is not a social person. The only people he's ever talked to are, his brother, or Toga, his mom, or... yeah, just brother, Toga, and his mom. Now. And Uraraka now. And he would also talk to his teachers. So, those are like rare chances where the teacher would call him out. But, yeah. We're going to be getting into more training for Deku, plus his date with Uraraka. Deku's doing a lot of training, I know, am I right? But yeah. Now, Deku, he'd be sitting at home. Now his cousin Wakito would come over, as he's like, "Yo, bro, I heard from Uraraka that you asked her out to go somewhere." With Deku saying, "Yeah." As Deku, he's just sitting there, eating some ramen and watching his favorite show. As basically Wakito's like, "So what you wearing?" With Deku saying, some shorts with with a tank top. With Wakito just saying, "I can't believe you. Boy, I oughta smack the yeah, Wakito. Wakito's like, "You can't go to a date looking like that." And Deku was like, "A date?" With a question mark. And Wakito's like, "You? What was the reason why you asked her out?" Which, yes, Deku did ask her out for, the reason of date, but it's just not Deku's type of personality to, openly say this. So, it's just him, trying to keep up that cool facade, basically. But, yeah. Now, Wakito is like, "Come on, cuz, you have no idea what you're doing." As he's like, "Don't worry, but, your master and cousin, I, the great Wakito, who has multiple experiences with females, will help you out." As basically he's like, "Now, first of all, that hair of yours, you've let it grow out for a while now, and it's kind of long." Deku's hair is long in this one. It goes to his neck, that's all. Which Deku's like, "Yeah." As he's like, "It's time to cut that. Also, you have, to think of some better clothes other than a tank top and some shorts." As Deku's like, okay. With, Wakito, grabbing some of, Deku's clothes, looking through it, saying that, "Bro, is this what you wear? I only see your school uniform and basically just some other stuff that aren't really good clothes." Since Deku, he buys his own clothes. He normally buys just t-shirts, shorts, pants, and a tank top. He doesn't really buy any type of name brand since he has to buy his own clothes. This is just Inko being a mother, saying that that if he buys something himself, he'll treasure it more since he's the one who bought it. So Deku, he can't buy name brand stuff because he has to do what he has to do off of a salary that he gets from his mom every week or month. So, yeah, he's not old enough to work. Now, Wakito's like, "I'll let you borrow some of my clothes, but you can't train in them." With Wakito, I forgot what they call it. I'm just gonna say flash stepping because I forgot what Hollows call their type of flash step. But Wakito disappearing. So he would appear back a few minutes later, saying that he got it. As he would show... I just hit my foot on something and it hurt really bad. I'm surprised I didn't scream. But, yeah. Now, a day would go by as Deku, he's waiting for Uraka. Now this is a filler. In this filler arc, this isn't just going to be a date, this is going to be something else. Now anyway, Uraka and Deku, they're walking as Uraka's like, so, where are we going? With Deku saying that, as he's looking at his wallet, and he's thinking about how much yen he has. With him thinking that he has, I'm going to say it in US dollars because I don't know how to count yen. We're going to say that he has around $100 to $90 right now. No, Deku's like, I should really get a job at McDonald's. Do they even hire kids my age? As he would basically shove the wallet back in his pocket, as he's like, he's looking around, and he would see this food, or this cafe. He would say, let's go there. This cafe is called Anteku. Now, this is not, I'm just using Anteku's name because, like, it's a good name, and it's just a coffee shop. There's no such thing as ghouls in this world. But there is such thing as villains. Now, they would walk into this shop, as Deku would look around, and he would be like, oh, this isn't very inviting. As he sees that it's just really dark in here. Then he would look over to see that there's a man with a mask, and he's like, little boy, you're not supposed to be here. As Deku looks around like, oh, sorry, I didn't know that this was a bar. As he would try to walk out, but then he would notice something, a glimpse. He'd look over, and he would see someone. There's someone sitting in a chair. Their skin is as pale as snow. Their eyes are green. Their hair is black. And they wear an odd mask. As Deku's passing by this person, he would stop and look at him. As this person would admit bloodlust. Bloodlust that Deku is strong enough to hold back. Deku's holding this bloodlust back, so, Uraka doesn't get hit by it. And Deku would look around saying, As he would look around, seeing that Shigaraki's looking, as Shigaraki can definitely feel this bloodlust. And Deku's like, alright. As he would just stand there. And he would say, Uraka, you should go out and wait for me. I think I know one of these people. As Uraka's like, wait, what? I can stay here? What Deku's saying, nah, you can just go. As Uraka would walk out, and Deku would look over. Or he would turn around. Now, Deku's looking at them like, that's no way to treat a customer. Well, I might have been a customer, but it seems that this place isn't for teenagers. As Deku's looking around. So, Deku, he would see Kirigiri, he would see Shigaraki, and he would see this mysterious person. Now, Deku can definitely feel the power emitting from this guy, and he's like, they're as strong. No, they're not as strong. They're way stronger than Wakedo. As he's like, And Deku, he would just turn around walking out, saying that, well, it's none of my business. And he would leave. Deku knows that if he got into a tangle with that one guy, that he would get completely folded and killed on the spot. With him walking out and saying, let's just go. Now, while walking, they would continue their date, Uraka's basically, just fidgeting a lot, tapping her fingers together, and she's like, so, are we still gonna go get something to eat? With Deku saying, yeah, as he's looking around, saying that, I should really watch where we walk into. As he would see this cafe, it's different from the other one, we'll say that it's a Starbucks, and he'd be like, well, I guess you can get a little bit of coffee, that won't hurt. And as they would walk in, and they would order some coffee. I don't really know what's in a Starbucks since I've never really had it. And I've never really seen anyone in my family have it either. So, yeah. Now, after getting this Starbucks, or getting some coffee, which Uraka didn't drink, Deku would be like, you sure you didn't want anything? As Uraka's like, nah. As Deku's like, alright, you wanna... As she's thinking... Doesn't really know what to do, but he would remember back to what Wakedo told him. As Deku's like, oh, there's a place nearby here. As he's like, it's cheap. Or we would have a flashback. Let's just have a flashback. Wakedo's saying that this place is cheap, but it's really good. And Uraka is a girl that has issues with money, so I'm sure that she would know the value. Also, I'm pretty sure she's not the type of girl who would be with you just for money. So don't treat her that way, cause as that would flashback would end as they're at this restaurant. Now this is Jones' barbecue foot massage. So I'm just playing. Yeah. Deku, he would see this place. It's a no name. I don't feel like naming it. So he just walks in. We'll say that's like an A&J's or something. No, not A&J's. Well, it's just some random food shop. Deku goes in, and he would spend the rest of his afternoon in there. This isn't just a food place. I would say that this is like just a hangout. Like, you can use internet in there. It's just like they would just spend their day there. Now, after that, Deku and Uraraka's relationship has grown. Now, I don't know if I should have a relationship happen between them, like, girlfriend and boyfriend, because, but I guess they have been training with each other for, like, an entire year, because, like, the 10 months of training, which I'm pretty sure they started training with Uraraka in the 3rd month, but they've been with each other for a while now. So we're just gonna say, why the fuck not? Fan service is a bitch, so, yeah. Now, Deku is lured in, and he is captured. Now, Deku, basically, at the end of the day, they're standing over by a bridge. Now, this is at the bridge where Canon Deku was captured. Now, this bridge has a great view, as Deku's just looking, and Uraraka, she says the reasoning for her wanting to be a hero. Now, before she only told Deku and Wakdo that she just wanted to be here to save people. That was a lie. She says that she wants to be a hero to, help her parents out financially, and that basically she lied. Deku's like, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Even if you're in it for the money, you're still rescuing people. As Deku says, don't get yourself worked up on it. I'm not really particularly... I guess I am becoming a hero just to, save people. That's just the person I am. It doesn't matter if you're a hero for the money or the fame. You still rescue people at the end of the day. So I won't judge you. Now Uraraka's like, it's time to bag this fool. So, So, basically, nah. Would Uraraka do that? Come on, this is Uraraka. Deku's the type of person who does it. I'm just trying to see which one would confess. We're just gonna say Deku, since Deku is that type of, he speaks what's on his mind person. So he's like, Uraraka, you're fuckable. I want to bang. I'm just kidding, by the way. Yeah. So Uraraka, he would ask if she wanted to go out with him, to give him a try, basically. Uraraka, who's been into Deku since, like, a few months after they met, so I'm pretty sure she would accept that. And yeah. Now, before they can go in for the kiss, our girl, Toga, who gets a bad end of the stick, would appear. Now she's like, Izuku, that basically that his mother is looking for him, and Deku would be like, oh, I left my phone. He's like, well, I guess it's time for me to go, with Deku turning around and walking away, and Toga giving Uraraka the death stare, saying to stay off my man, bitch. But, Toga's turn is already gone. So, yeah. Now, the reason why I'm shipping Deku with Uraraka, because someone was like, Uraraka can be Deku's freaking, what's it called? What's her called? What's she called? She's called, I forgot what the fuck she was called. Orihime, that's her. People said that, or someone said that Uraraka can be Deku's Orihime, and I was like, fuck it, why not? And I also wanted to, get into romance. Practice. I have zero experience with romance myself. I have dated a few girls before, but how teen love is. It's not really that long lasting. The last few girls I've been with, we just couldn't click. And it always ended within a few weeks. So I don't really know what the feeling of love is. But recently I have been in love. But that love is kind of, too late. Because that person is in love with someone else. But, yeah. So, I have to give up on that person and define what the true meaning of love is. So, I kind of have no experience with it. So, I don't know what to do with it. So, basically, most of my ships are probably going to be corny. And sorry for that. But, you can't expect much from a guy with bad experiences with I mean, the breakups that I've had never really hurt. This is what I mean by when I break out in freaking rants. But I'll probably make this video a 30 to 40 minute just because of the rant. So yeah. Anyway, sorry if my ships are corny, but I don't really know what to do. I have I have experience. It's just that I have zero experience with actual love until now, which that love is unreachable because that love I love someone else. So yeah. Anyway, now we're gonna continue on. I'll try to get more experience. I am moving into high school, so I'll probably just, hook up with some random girls there. Sorry, I might sound like a jackass, but that's kind of what I do. But, yeah. So, sorry about that. Let's just stop ranting and get back into the video. Now, we're gonna get into something else. Now that Deku and Uraraka's love filler arc is over, their date filler arc, which has no detail in it, which I'll have to work on, basically, yeah. Now, Deku's walking as he'd bump into a man. This man would look up as he's like, huh, are you Izuku Midoriya? As Deku would look over and he would say, yeah, it's me. As this man would say, hello Izuku, it's me, your father, Hisashi. With Deku looking at him like, Hisashi? As he gets a little bit angry and he starts trying to walk away, and Hisashi's saying, no, I know that you don't want to be near me or be around me. I was a terrible father. I only focused on my hero career. I was in a bad place then, Izuku. At least let me make it up to you. With Deku looking at him like, huh. As he would say, your abilities. The abilities of my quirk. It's starting to awaken, haven't they? As Deku would pause, he's like, huh? As Hisashi would exchange something for his sword. And he's like, I can teach you about this. I can teach you about multiple other things. Just give me a chance, Midoriya. As Deku would look at him, and he would be like, well, as he would be like, I have 4 to 5 days until I get the mail. As he's like, sure. Now, Uraraka, who just texted Waito what happened, which Waito was like, Uraraka's best friend. So, Waito was like, you sly dog, Zuku. And, yeah, Waito is a type of... If I can explain Waito's personality, he's just sort of like, he's just playful. That's how I can explain him. He's playful but powerful. So, I can't really explain his personality much, but just think of him like a jokester. The class clown but can whoop someone's ass easily. So, yeah. Now, sorry for that pause and that brain fart there, but anyway, yeah, anyway, I don't know why, I ran out of ideas, but anyway, sorry, now we're gonna get into Deku's training. Deku, he would go home, and he's like, okay, he would give Waito his clothes back, Waito would wash them, and Deku would go off the next day. 4 more days until the until they get their letter from UA. Now Deku would start to train with Hisashi. Hisashi showing Deku techniques like the Hado 64, or I'm pretty sure just the Hado beam, which Deku already knows how to do the Sero, so he doesn't really need. But he's just teaching Deku overall techniques. Now he would get to his side of the transformation scale, as he would show Deku his Shikai. Not Shikai. I'm pretty sure it's called Shikai. Because the Zanpakuto are the sword and the Shikai are the transformation. So he would show Deku his Shikai, with him saying that your exchange sword always has the ability to transform. And with these transformations, your power grows. So you must I keep hitting my foot on stuff. But he would start telling Deku about the transformation scale. As he says, there is the Zanpakuto, which you exchange every time you exchange an item. Then there is, then there's the Shikai. I forgot about it. Then there's a Shikai. And then he would show Deku something else. Then there is Bankai, as his sword would transform, completely taking the shape of rose petals. I'm just going to give him this one. as Deku can feel the intense power radiating off of him, as he's like, yeah, Izuku, you'll be able to do all of this in the future, but just give it time. As Deku would start his training, and he would get to his Zanpakuto. Now, that is at the end of the training arc, the 4-day training arc. So Deku's Zanpakuto, I'm going to say that it's this one that the top Ichigo, the one at the top has. That huge sword, that's Deku's Zanpakuto. Not Zanpakuto, Shikai. Fuck, Shikai. That's his Shikai. So, yeah. Now, Deku, basically he would meet up with, Uraraka and Toga, and he would also meet up with Waito, as Uraraka, she's just a little bit, shy. Deku's just like, alright, as they would open their letters of acceptance. Yeah, letter of acceptance. Deku gets accepted, Uraraka gets accepted, Toga, she doesn't get accepted. Nah, I'm gonna need Toga to get into UA for what I'm about to do. Toga is into UA as Class 1A too, so yeah, I need Toga. I need Toga alive for Deku to access his ultimate power. So, yeah. Now, anyway, we are gonna be getting into other sides of the what if. Legit. Now, once we get into the UA, Deku, or once we get into the USJ. But, yeah, Anywho. So, basically, after they got their letter of acceptance, they would go 2 days later after they got their uniforms. Deku and Uraraka would walk together, and Uraraka just trying to get closer to Deku. She thinks that Deku doesn't care due to his nonchalant personality, but yeah, it's just Deku's quiet nature. He's not going to speak out loud about how, this thing, but yeah. I mean, Uraraka would know that Deku cares. It's just that, his personality just allows him not to mention anything about it. So, yeah. Now, basically, Toga, she's trying to steal my friend away. Yeah, just jealousy. And, yeah. I should fix Toga's personality. I shouldn't lead her on like this. I mean, I don't really need to fix her, because there's legit nothing I can do for her in the future. But, yeah. Now, anyway, yeah, don't worry. You won't have to deal with this Toga's personality, for long. But, anywho. So, yeah. Now, they would get into UA. They would get into Class 1A. Deku would sit down as Toga would sit down on the other side of him with Uraraka. I guess I would have her sit next to Deku, but we're gonna say this time she wants to go sit off somewhere else, so she would sit in the middle of the classroom, or somewhere near the front, so yeah. Just to give, Toga her space, because, she sees the looks of hatred she gets from Toga, so she just ignores that, so, yeah. Now she's like, Izuku, what's the relationship between you and Floaty Pants over there? With, Deku saying, oh, she's my girlfriend. With Toga saying, wait, what? As he would say, we've been dating for 4 or 5 days now. No, 7. Yeah, because of 2 days, and, yeah. She's like, why didn't you tell me this, Izuku? Or Izuku-kun? It's, really hard for me to pronounce Izuku's name without saying kun in it, accidentally. I would always say Izukun. I mean, it's like an accident. I mean to say Izuku, but it just comes out. But yeah, that was like, oh, I didn't really think it was. Sorry, I should have told you. As he would just keep looking forward as other people would start to walk in. So yeah, after everyone walked in, Aizawa would get up after an argument would happen between Bakugo. Bakugo isn't arguing with Ida, he's more or less just screaming in Deku's face, with Deku looking forward, ignoring him. Now, our boy, freaking Aizawa would get up, he's like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch, and go outside and get ready, because we're doing a quirk assessment. Everyone would go outside, they would change, and they would be ready. Now, Deku's standing there, as Aizawa would say, Izuku Midoriya, you got first place, so you're throwing the ball first. With Deku walking up, grabbing the ball, and getting ready to throw. Now, Aizawa would say, go ahead, as Deku would launch the ball far. Deku would get it around 4,000 meters. proving his strength. Now, or basically, uh, uh, Izawa, he's like, no, that's impressive. He would just ignore that, and he would say, all right, next. Uraka would go infinity, and we would get to the other thing. So we get to the race. Deku would, flash step to the other side instantly, faster than the blink of an eye. These side-to-side lunges, Deku would do that almost easily using his shampoo technique, or not shampoo, flash step technique to step. Like every step he'd take, he would instantly jump to the other side. But yeah, just using his flash step. Long jump, Deku's just walking on the air. And other things Deku does easily. Now, when we get to the results, Deku gets first place, Bako gets second place, Todoroki gets third, Uraka gets somewhere in the 10s, and, Toga gets around 11, yeah, we'll say 11. So, yeah. That was that. Let me pause this video again. Now, we get to the heroes versus villains. Yeah, this is going pretty fast. But yeah, we're gonna get to the heroes versus villains. Now, this would happen as just... I guess it would be Deku and Uraka versus Bakugo and Ida again, because that's what I normally go with. So yeah. Now, Deku, he's standing outside the building as he's looking at it, and he's like, As he's like, you want to team up, or do you want me to just end this? With her saying, we could try to do it as a team. With Deku saying, oh, alright. As he would feel and he would sense for spiritual pressure, or just energy. Like something he learned from his father. Now, after doing this, Deku would sense Bako and Todoroki, and he would know where they are. As he would grab Uraka. Actually, I'll say that he gets on a knee, putting his hands out into like a catapult thing, and he would tell Uraka to step on. As when Uraka gets on his foot, Deku would say, make yourself lighter, as he would throw her up towards the top of the building. And Deku jumping up afterwards, Uraka would be floating there, as Deku would grab Uraka and he would land on the building. Now, Deku would say that they're 2 stories below us, and that, this would be kind of easy since he expects Bako to go rush down to attack him immediately, with them going down. Now, after all this and after going down the building, these 2 stories, Deku and Uraka would get to the bomb. Now, Deku's going to hold back because Uraka wants this to be a team effort, as he would pull out his sword and he would say, Shikai, as the sword would transform. Now, actually, we're going to say that his sword transformation is infinite, like Ichigo's, so it's stuck in its Shikai state. So, yeah, it's stuck in that huge sword right there. So, Deku has this, as he's like, alright, and he would tell Uraka to go for the hit, or go for the tackle. As Uraka would rush forward, trying to grab Ida, as Deku would jump forward as well. When Ida jumps to the left, dodging the hit, Deku would kick Ida towards the ground. Now, Deku would tell Uraka to go for the combo, as Uraka would drop, or she would jump, and she would go for like we'll say a knee. Let's say she slams her knee into Ida's stomach. Ida's stomach is covered by armor, so yeah, Uraka, who's like, oh shit. And Deku grabbing her by her collar before Ida can kick her off. So, Deku's like, as he puts his sword up forward, as he would say, alright, Getsuga Tenjo. As that's another technique he learned from his father. I should really go over the techniques. But yeah, this is a huge slash that destroys the side of the building, and it ultimately ends up being the lose for Deku and Uraka. Deku, who didn't control the slash good enough, he cut the bomb in half. So when Bako finally got up there, he'd be angry that the test is already over, but Deku's saying sorry. And Uraka's saying, don't sweat it, we got multiple other chances. Deku's saying right, as that is the end of that. Now, a few weeks would go by, and Shigaraki would break into UA, and yada yada yada. Now, Shigaraki would see the freaking information on Deku, as he's like, hey, Ikuera, this guy's abilities are similar to yours. As he would put the page up to this boy standing near him. As he would grab it and he would look at it. As he's like, huh. His quirk is called Hollow. As Quirrell would crush the paper and he would throw it. Now, Shigaraki's like, whoa. As he's like, I guess it's time to kill. Now, this is this is for a future video. This is what if Deku had this is what if Deku had Boros's and Ukiura's abilities. But if you guys don't know who Ukiura is, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing his name right. But it's either Ukiura or Ukiura or Ukiura. I can't say his name, so I call him Ukiura. But we're gonna say his name's Ukiura. So this is the guy I'm talking about. This is the guy that Deku seen in the building. And this is the guy that Deku must face in the future. Oh. Now. But now. After that would be it. We'll be getting into USJ. That is after, the riot happens. Everyone's trying to escape. Deku would throw Ida up. Ida's like, you guys are some bitches. And yeah. Now, they're on the field trip as this is where the story this is where Deku would unlock his full power. Now, Deku, he's on the bus as they would arrive there. Now, when Deku gets there, he's giving the speech by everyone else. Now, the speech is given about how, the speech is given, and they're like, quirks can hurt people really bad, and Deku can feel high amounts of bloodlust, to the point where everyone could feel it. But before it was already too late, as the doors would be blocked up by Kurogiri, and Kurogiri would be waiting there for them. Now, Quirrell would step out of the freaking portal as he would look over towards the direction where Deku is, putting his finger up and launching a Sero. With this blast, Deku, he would pull out his Shikai and he would try to deflect the attack, basically trying to protect his classmates from it as he would sweep the attack. Now this field trip is happening 2 months after they got into UA. So, basically, I'm going to say that they had time to grow and know Deku. Actually, no, we're going to say 2 weeks. So they know each other as classmates now. So, Deku, he would look down at Ukiura, and he would just jump down, charging straight forward, as Deku, he would say holification, his mask appearing, and Deku crashing into Ukiura, or Ukiura. Now, hold on. I'm just going to say his name is pronounced as Ukiura, or I'm just going to say Ukiura. So, again, if you hear me say Ukiura, I'm referring to this guy right here, or this guy right here, alright? Now, Deku would crash into Ukiura, or Ukiura, I'm going to say Ukiura. He crashes into Ukiura, as that would happen. Now, the fight would continue on as Deku is swinging in a futile attempt to fight Ukiura as the other students get teleported away. Now, yeah, while during this fight, Deku would be knocked out of the building, crashing into a cement wall before being kicked in the stomach by Ukiura. Flying out of the building, Deku would be tackled to the ground by his face, as Ukiura would basically slash, or he would bring his sword down on Deku's shoulder, cutting into it as Deku's stuck there. Now, Ukiura says, 1 down, 2 to go, as he's like, I'll be heading for Wakedo next, as he would launch a beam in Deku's chest. The beam would fly straight through, as it would Deku's gone. Deku, after taking this beam to the chest and having this hole put into the middle, like the center of his chest, Deku would just lay there as Ukiura thinks that his job is done, and he would go back in. Now, he would be walking back in from the area that Deku was thrown out of, as he would look around and he would see the class. Now, he would put his finger up towards the class, Deku's class again. Actually, no, they have already moved. But, yeah. Now, Toga, she managed to slip off using her ability to make herself unseeable or unsensible, she would attack Ikuera. Now, Ikuera would basically hit Toga in the stomach, because he ain't having that. As he would knock her to the ground, and he would start to shoot Zeros, which Toga is agile enough to dodge, but she can't dodge forever. As Toga would be hit in the chest, and she'd be injured. Now, Toga's just laying there, as Deku, he would finally wake back up, and he would get up. As Deku would start to walk back in, using his sword as a sort of stand, he would get in, and he would see that, Toga is laying on the ground, bleeding out. As when he runs over there, he would run past Ikuera, as Ikuera's like, now, that's a lot of determination. As he'd put his finger up, and Deku would get over there, and he would see that there's a hole in Toga's chest. Now, Deku, his hollow powers are enough to keep him alive. So while he's looking at this, yeah, we're not gonna say the same for Toga. Now, Deku's hair, it would grow out. His eyes would go from a lighter green, or from the darker green it is, to just straight black, as something would happen. Deku has reached his Vostal Lord state. He has jumped from his Ajukar to the next level. Now, wait though. He would feel this bloodlust. This bloodlust is huge. It touches the entire we're going to say that it's so big that it covers almost the entire city. From the remote location that it was. I'm pretty sure Ichigo's bloodlust was so powerful that, or his spiritual pressure, spiritual pressure is basically in this world, bloodlust replaces spiritual pressure. So, yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure Ichigo's spiritual pressure was so powerful to the point where everyone in Wake the Mundo, or everyone around the area of him, we're just going to say that it's just huge. Because I need someone to feel this, because Ida didn't leave. So, yeah. Now, after Deku enters this form, he's standing there as Zero is blasted at him, with Deku reflecting it with his huge Zanpakuto, or not Zanpakuto. We're going to say that we're going to say that Deku's Zanpakuto, it fell from its Shikai all the way back to its Zanpakuto, so it's a skinny blade now. Now, Deku would jump forward towards Ikuera, as Ikuera would block this, or he would try to, as when Deku flashes or jumps back through. Actually, when Deku collides with Ikuera, his sword would fly through Ikuera's, and it would chop off Ikuera's arms. Or arm. As Deku would just be standing there, and Ikuera would have no choice but to transform. So the fight would ensue between Deku and Ikuera. And Ikuera is this guy right here. And this Ikuera has transformed now. He's transformed so he can match Deku's power. So their fight would happen. Now, their fight would be so powerful to the point where the bloodlust they emit dropped everyone to their knees. Even Shigaraki was dropped to his knees. As Deku would continue to fight with Ikuera. As Ikuera would flash step away. Deku would be faster than Ikuera, so he's like, what? As Deku would bring his sword down and chop Ikuera in half. So after that happened, Ikuera would instantly regenerate, as Deku, he would charge a Zero in his mouth. Now as this Zero was charging, he would launch it, as the Zero would hit Ikuera, knocking him to the ground. Now Ikuera would get back up, as he says, it isn't over. Then that is where I'll be leaving it off here. Should Toga die? Should Toga die in this what if? That is up to you. Leave it, just say yes or no, or just say no, you shouldn't kill Toga, or yes, you should kill Toga. Just the more no's that I see, or the more yeses I see would be the answer. Should I murk Toga from the what if? Thank you for watching. She's for Entertainment. Out.